Live with clickorlando.com and streaming on News 6 Plus. This is News 6 at 6, getting results.
Well, for nearly 30 years, an inclusive summer camp has been getting results for Central Florida kids with serious illnesses.
And now, with summer approaching, the new CEO says there's room to grow.
I think what makes Camp Boggy Creek special is that we've figured out the ingredients that it takes for the kind of healing that kids get here, which is the healing that happens on the inside.
How this week's Getting Results Award winner is making sure no child, regardless of their illness, is left out of this experience.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and this week's Getting Results Award winner is making a difference for kids dealing with trauma following this past hurricane season.
Yeah, Camp Boggy Creek normally hosts kids with serious medical illnesses, but now some new leadership hopes to open the property to more kids in need. The new CEO, Jurman, started with a focus on mental health.
We're at Camp Boggy Creek in Eustis, Florida. Right now it's very peaceful and the birds are singing, but on a weekend, this place is filled with lots of energy. It's a place where kids who spend a lot of the rest of their year in kind of scary, cold, clinical settings can be in this place where they're allowed to be a kid again.
Camp Boggy Creek calls itself a serious, fun camp. For nearly 30 years, it's provided camp experiences to kids diagnosed with serious illnesses.
So this is our fire ring. I mean, this is kind of the calm before the kid storm.
But days like this, when it's quiet,
this space isn't designed to be this quiet and peaceful.
Encourage new CEO Jurman, there's room to grow.
Summer camp.
On this day, the only laughs came from employees on a team building retreat. But changes and more smiles are ahead.
Well, the first big change is we're going to challenge ourselves every single year to work with a new diagnosis group that we've never worked with before for kids that aren't getting camp right now.
The camp decided to step beyond the 15 diagnoses normally on their calendar.
When I was applying for the job, one of the things the search committee kept saying is that we're one of the best kept secrets in Florida. And so I think we've got to work hard to make sure that that's not the case anymore.
Jurman is working hard to get results. Last month, they focused on mental health, welcoming families from Southwest Florida who were impacted by Hurricane Ian. And that putt-putt course, well, it was put to good use.
The amazing thing about switching to this population is that we didn't have to change what we do very much at all. It looked like a typical camp weekend. We just, instead of adding volunteer cardiologists or oncologists to supplement our existing medical team, we brought in behavioral health professionals as volunteers that weekend.
When you're away at camp, there's always room for peace and quiet. But it's the laughs that you'll remember.
We exist because children are suffering. And so there's a huge responsibility that comes along with that to make sure that we're doing everything we can to leave no child out of this kind of experience.